What's up everyone, Trance here. Today we're going to go over my Magplar build for Scalebreaker. So let's start. Race, Argonian. Most magic builds outside Magsork you're going to want to be an Argonian for just because of this crazy sustain, and especially for BGs because the sustain you get from this passive is pretty damn good. Which means you can run a little bit less recovery and get away with it. So we're going to be running 5 Right Throat, then 3 Shackle, Protective, a Shackle Inferno, Infused Spell and Weapon Damage, and Scalebreaker Sword, Neuron Infused on the back bar. Then you can actually swap this out if your team in BGs kind of sucks and they need more healing, because healing right now is a big problem in BGs, because most people aren't running the Group Heal Stam Vigor Morph, so you just need healing. So you can run Bogdan if your group has no healing. It's still really good. Or you can run Scoria. They're both really good options. And if my group has good healing, I'll probably just run Scoria for the extra damage. So there's going to be a 5 light and 2 heavy setup. You can also run 5-1-1. They wouldn't have a problem with that. But you get a little bit extra resistances from it. So got our gear situated. You're going to want an Inferno instead of a Lightning, obviously, because of the single target abilities we're throwing out here. Which one is it? Yeah, there you go, single target damage. Skills, so we'll start with the back bar first. Honor the Dead, I use this one because it's really good sustain, even though it only heals 1 person. I mean, you can just block cast this all day and stay alive, it's great. Then we've got our Elusive Mist. Now some people run the more for this, Race Against Time. But I still like this because there's a ton of dots on you, and move is obviously to Purify and then go to Elusive Mist. So you can take less damage. You could run Rat though. Then Extended Ritual. This ability is super important with all of the crazy dots and all the shit that just gets put on you this patch. That's really important. That's what makes Magplar one of the best this patch. Then we've got Channel Focus, gives you your buffs and sustain. And if you look at that extra passive at the bottom, standing within the rune increases resistance and resistances by 50%. So you're really tanky standing in this rune. Then we've got Living Dark. Man, this, I don't understand who the hell's working at ZOS to put this ability in the game. It was already broken before, but you're pretty much invincible with this ability on you. Like, they just can't chase you. It's kind of crazy why they did this. Like, what the hell were they thinking? I mean, if you don't want to run it, I guess you could run Purifying Light, but this is kind of insane the way they do it. Then we've got our Remembrance back bar. This is major protection. You can't be immobilized or stunned. It's kind of your ocean heal, and it's an AoE. It's very, very strong. Only 120 ultimate. Then we've got our Soul-Splitting Trap, which is a pretty ridiculous ability. I don't understand why the hell they did this thing either, but it's a huge AoE dot they can put on everyone. Then we've got our Jesus Beam here. Crazy good execute. Not as good as Endless Fury, but a close second. Hit it on them when low health, and they melt. Then we've got our Aurora Javelin. It's a good stun, but it also knocks people off the map and throws people into lava in a couple maps. It's pretty good. It also just gets them away from you. This Stam Morph used to be the same thing, but the Magic Morph wasn't changed. It's still real good. Then we've got a Reflective Light, gives you Major Prophecy, and also is another huge dot. Then we've got our Degen, Major Sorcery, and it also is a crazy good dot. Then gives you Sustain. So we've got our 3 dots right here, our Stun, our Execute, and then I run Meteor. Now, I run Meteor. People ask, why don't you run Crescent Sweep? Because this is a ranged build. I don't like to go in with the charge and radial sweep. I like to stay ranged on this build because it's so much safer in this patch. So I run Shooting Star. You can run Ice Combat too, but I like Shooting Star. So you've got our buff bar back here. You hit this before you go into a fight, get all your buffs up, and then you cast your 3 dots on them, stun them, Meteor if you got it, and then Radiant Oppression. Your Scoria will proc from all those different things, so you should be doing a ton of damage. And some might say, why don't you use the proc set meta with Aurorans and Overwhelming? because I personally am not a melee build on this, so I don't really like running these proc sets. So if you don't want to run Entropy for some reason, you could also run, where's that set? I guess it's not on here. That increases your spell damage. It gives you major sorcery within the class. But yeah, there it is. It's called Rattle Cage. I have that too. It's actually a decent set. I ran it a lot last patch, but this patch I personally love Entropy. As far as consumables go, I run this one because I'm a vampire, so it does get a little bit extra recovery, but it's very good. Then we've got our spell crit and immovable potions right here. Use either one. Actually, sorry, we don't need these spell crits. I'm using them on a different build. You just want to use these immovability potions because when you're an Argonian, you'll restore stam by hitting a tripod. And if you look at our stats, we're actually pretty damn good. With the Lady Mundus, make you extra tanky, but we've also got really good stam Magicka recovery as well, and a pretty damn good stat pool. Sorry, Witch Mothers. Why was I thinking Clockwork? Witch Mothers right here for the Bright Throat, and the Witch Mothers and Bright Throat. And then we've got Scalebreaker too. So our stat pools are really big, which is what's going to make our dots hit harder, is all of our stat pools being that much bigger. I'm going to let attack to proc the glyph on the Inferno Step, and you just want to stay ranged on this build. It hits pretty damn hard too. So, yeah, enjoy.